Long ball number 2 here on Friday, July 25th. I'm Robert. That's Jenny. Major League Soccer transfers. There is plenty of ins and outs, and we'll get to that. But probably talk of the week, probably talk of the day is the rumorings of another global star floating around Los Angeles Football Club. And when I threw this out there when we were preparing, you were saying, let me guess, is it LAFC? And this probably speaks to the follow-up point. If one of the things that Don Garber teased, and we'll talk about it more later in the show, is possibly a restructuring of roster building mechanisms in Major League Soccer. And you were saying that LAFC is probably the one that would, take it and run with it if the restrictions were ever lifted.
Yeah, we'll talk about more about that during our hot topic, but the latest name to float around here in MLS circles is Heung-Min Son coming to LAFC. And if that surprises anybody, it really shouldn't, because it feels like they're the team that, along with Inter Miami, is always looking for the next big name to come to MLS. And they have the resources and kind of the market in which to do it.
Yeah, Heung-Min Son, obviously the biggest footballer from South Korea, one of the big stars of the Premier League, trailed off a little bit in the last season or two due to injuries, but definitely a global icon and favorite. This speculation comes partly because last year Tottenham just triggered a 1-year extension rather than giving him a full new deal. In the past, he has turned away lucrative deals from Saudi Arabia, and a source said LAFC have made it clear they're willing to act if Son is willing to leave Spurs this summer. So that would be a huge boon. Hopefully he's healthy enough to have a real contribution, because Son, when healthy, is probably one of the most exciting players playing this game.
Right. The thing I'd be worried about is that health. And because of that health, I'm worried about him kind of becoming another Olvier Giroud type situation in LAFC. He arrives with great fanfare, huge track record in Europe. He did not have the injury problems, and he shows up in LAFC and scores, 3 goals in all competitions over the year that he was here.
I'll push back for that. I'm not one to stick up for Giroud too much, but the playing style of LAFC and Olvier Giroud, proven 20 years of pro playing on tape, those two never mashed up. And I saw LAFC versus Columbus. I think it was the Leagues Cup last year, and he barely got a sniff of the ball. But when he did, he scored the 1 goal in that game. So I think that comparison for Son to Giroud is unfair, because when you think of some of Sonny's best highlights, they're all counterattack, fast-moving, Bawanga-like things.
Right.
So I think that Son, if he's got wheels left, I think that he would be a better fit than the not-so-flying Frenchman, Olvier Giroud. I mean, he's like a post-up guy, settle in, get a nifty touch, link people up. I mean, he won a World Cup without ever scoring, so you could see that, him running down at breakneck speed was not necessarily ever his game, even when he was young. LAFC, though, racking up big names that definitely, I hate to say it, but LAFC is definitely working towards retirement FC in a way, because, I mean, Chiellini was literally on his last leg. He had like half a ligament left in his was it his hamstrings or in his legs? They were shot. He barely played. He played like a half a dozen games, and he was one of the biggest names in world football at that point when he came over. And Gareth Bale, one of the hugest names, and literally his last moments of professional football was for LAFC, and didn't do much, didn't play much, but did have but he had like the clinching goal that year when he was on the side. So they've definitely already had big names. Can't really shake the retirement thing, but would you say if Son does come over the line, I have a feeling LAFC is probably also in danger of becoming that team that is the bartering chip. So like Elite comes out like this, which either puts pressure on Tottenham to re-sign him or elevates someone else's bid for him elsewhere. So LAFC definitely in danger of becoming like the Manchester United. Like if you want to like drive up the price, does someone leak that Manchester United is connected and the price goes up, or vice versa?
I don't know if LAFC quite has that level of cachet yet, even for a retirement age player. I'm not like if you're. I mean, how much can LAFC really afford to pay Tottenham that I don't know, a mid-range, even not necessarily a Premier League club, but a Serie A club, a Ligue 1 club? What can I don't have much doubt that one of them could outbid LAFC without breaking their wallet if they really wanted to. So I don't know if LAFC is quite going to be that, at least not until MLS implements some roster changes that we'll discuss later in the show.
Yeah, indeed. And then just one last note. I feel like, if he's got his health with him, Heung-Min Son definitely has plenty to provide teams at a lot of different levels. You wouldn't even be surprised to see him pop up in Serie A or something like that, to your point.